This is a presentation being presented by Group 15 about the first group project creating and managing a portfolio. I'm Chai Wei-Jian 261285. So we will begin our presentation today.
And now I will be presenting about economy analysis. Bank Negara Malaysia decided to maintain the overnight policy rate OPR stated in Monetary Policy Committee MPC at 1.75%. Malaysia's economy contracted by 2.7% year-on-year in the third quarter of 2020, following a contraction of 17.1% in the previous quarter and a contraction of 3.2% against business forecasts, reflecting the negative effects of steps taken both internationally and locally to curb the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. The annual GDP growth also recorded the slowest and stood below Malaysia's potential growth of 4.7%. Bank Negara Malaysia predicted the Malaysian economy to be between -2.0 and 0.5% in 2020 compared to 2019, which is 4.3%. In 2020, due to COVID-19, the inflation rate became worse as it declined by -1.13%. Consumer prices in Malaysia declined by 1.7% year-on-year in November 2020 relative to a business consensus and a 1.5% decline in October. Costs dropping faster for transport from -10.2% to -11.1% in October due to COVID-19.
Industry analysis, which is Freight Management Holding Berhad, has an economic increase before pandemic COVID-19. Other than that, global recession impacting on global demand and supply. And the last one, diversified portfolio of services and client industry as a strategy regional and global. And the second, Harbour Link Group. The employee dedicated, experienced and expert in engineering and construction of petroleum storage tank and marine terminals and piping work. Other than that, established COVID-19 Task Force Committee by the Executive Board. And the last one, price oil decreased due to the decreased demand and price war, but recover significantly. And the last one, Angkong Logistics Berhad. Low demand and market uncertainty. Besides that, management has implemented immediate measures and exploring ways to build new capacities for long-term growth.
It's a fundamental analysis for Freight Management Holdings Berhad 7210 from 2016 to 2020. The net profit margin decreases over the time, which indicates that this company has poor pricing strategies and inefficient management in generating profit. Secondly, current ratio. The current ratio is maintained at 2.0 and above, which means that this company has enough money to cover short-term obligations, yet if more than 2.0, which also means that there is certain mismanagement in company's assets. Third, return on equity. The return on equity decreases over the time, which also indicates that this company mismanaged its equity in generating profits. While return on equity decreases, this will also decreases the earnings per share, when the earnings per share has a positive relationship with return on equity, which means that this company also have problems in generating profits with the use of its assets. And at the same time, the dividend yield is maintained at 3 to 6%, which means that this company also can manage its dividend yield quite properly, can give a better dividend or better profit to the investor. However, 2020 already reached 3.28, which also an alarm for the investor to keep on investing. And as we can see in the share price and the intrinsic value, the share price is 90 cents, the intrinsic value is 1 ringgit and 12 cents, which means that this company is an undervalued stock and it can be outperform the market in the future. For Harbour Link Group Berhad 2062, 2016 to 2020, the net profit margin almostly decreasing along the time, which indicates that this company has poor management and poor pricing strategies to maintain its profitability in the market. Secondly, current ratio. The current ratio increases steadily from 2016 to 2020, which also indicates that this company may mismanage some of its current assets to meet short-term obligations. Then for the return on equity, the ROE, return on equity, is almost constantly decreasing from 2016 to 2020, which also indicates that this company unable to utilize shareholders' equity in generating higher returns to the investors, which may appear disappointed to the investors. However, the dividend yield almost show a constant increase from 2.6 to 4 from 2016 to 2020, except a decrease in 2017, which indicates that this stock will also provide higher return to the investor along the time. However, the earnings per share shows a very great decrease from 2016 to 2017. And this also shows that this company is not so worth to be invested among the investors, as the earnings is dropped very stagnantly from 22.8 to 6.7. It's a great decrease for the earnings being generated. And after that decrease, the constant increase also stopped in 2018. After that, dropped back to 2019 and increased severely a bit in 2020. And as you see, for the share price and intrinsic value, the intrinsic value is lower than the share price, which also means that this stock is an overvalued stock and it may not be performed so well in the future.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nino Aisha binti Ni Arzmin and my metric number is 263096. So let's proceed to our third company, which is Encon Lock Berhad. For net profit margin, the lowest net profit margin is on in 2017 with negative 0.1458%, and the highest is on 2017 with negative 0.0273%. And their net profit margin is considered bad due to the operating cost has increased faster than their revenue. So next we continue to current ratio. The highest current ratio is on 2016 with 3.2 times, indicates that the company has 3.2 times in current asset for every 1 ringgit in current liability. That means that the company might have a difficulty to pay their short-term obligation immediately by using their current asset. So our third ratio, which is returns on equity, has a fluctuating data from 2016 to 2020, and the highest ROE is on 2019, means that the company can generate more profit by utilizing the fund from existing shareholder in 2019. And for dividend yield, has a constant data from 2016 to 2020 with 0%, and the decrease in debt equity ratio show a good phenomena, as indicates a decrease in company bankruptcy risk. And our last ratio is earning per share, EPS, and the highest EPS is on 2018 with 1.17 cents, and the lowest EPS is on 2020 with negative 4.13%.
I'm going to explain for technical analysis. Start with freight management. The MACD line passes the signal line through the signal line, which is the red one, on 10 December 2020. According to this, as we can see here, MACD line crosses for more than 2 weeks ahead and then re-enter on 29 December. So MACD says to sell the stock as the moving average, as the line is already lollygagging around and has not yet crossed. Moving on to Harbour Lane, there is an intersection on 5th December, and the MACD line continues to shift downward and has a bearish convergence with the signal line, which this indicates that bearish market and implies that the stock is sold by investor. Basically, investors are encouraged to buy the stock when MACD line crosses up through the signal line, and sells the stock when the MACD line cross down through the signal line. And lastly, for Encon Lock, we can see on 19 March the MACD line passes the signal line and cross the red one until 23rd December. So the MACD line passes through other signal. Buyers are advised to purchase the stock. That's all from me. Thank you.